They've rescheduled all the games. So all 12 of those games that were postponed are now officially scheduled. But as the Sens take on the Capitals on Saturday night, here it is as we speak, it's January 20th. There are still 6 games left in the month of January, just as an example of how busy it's about to get. They're going to be 50 games in 100 days. Isn't that, can we assume, we describe that as crazy?
I mean, it's absurd. This is a National Hockey League team, and you're now expecting them to play every second night for 100 days, for a little over 3 months. Not for a couple of weeks. No. For about 3 months, you're going to play every second day. And then I took a look at these 10 back-to-backs. I broke them down, Steve. Here's one back-to-back. You're going to play Boston at home, and then the next day play in Washington. Here's another one. You're going to play in Arizona in the afternoon and in Anaheim the next night. You're going to play a night game at home against Philly and the next night in Montreal. Not terrible, but still travel involved. You've got a home game against a road game in New York, followed by a home game against Winnipeg. So you're going to play in New York, fly home, and play the next night at home against Winnipeg. And then another one that's opposites. There's 2 other ones. You got a road game in Columbus, followed by a home game against Montreal. And you got a home game against Philly, followed by a home game against Florida, followed by a road game in Philly. It's not like the back-to-backs are home and home or road and road, home and home, or like New York, or New York, New Jersey. No, these guys are all over the place. There's a road back-to-back road games where they play Seattle and then Vancouver. Like it's absurd. It's unfair and absurd.
Yeah, I mean, it's from a competitive standpoint, I'm not that worried about it because they're not going to be in the playoffs this year. That doesn't concern me too much. I worry more about, and most of the guys in the Ottawa Senators, the young guys, the cardio's going to be fine. I get all that, but it's more the recovery time and the risk of injury. I look at this the same way I would look at a I don't know, a strength training coach who's over top of Brady Tkachuk, and he smashes out a bunch of bench presses and he gets to his max and then he sets it down and then the coach goes, no, do 20 more. It's like, no, I need some recovery time here. I gotta rest for a second. No, dude, that's kind of how it's going to be for the muscles for these guys. They're young, they're fit. I get all that, but your body needs recovery time, and I can see a bunch of leg injuries occurring just because muscles and tendons are just not ready to roll, and then you're asking them to go 0 to 60 without proper recovery time.
And you're going to be tired, whether you look tired or not. Like, they'll still find a way to bring it on the ice in a game, but your body's going to be tired. That makes you more susceptible to your standard common everyday flu, cold, COVID, anything. Your immune system will break down. These guys are going to have Matt Murray disease every night. They can have something. Something's not right. I don't feel right. And any injury that lingers, well, there's no more lingering. You got to play. So it's just it could get scary, right. And it's from a player safety standpoint, it's not very good.
Well, maybe there's some opportunity here potentially with, the Lassie Thompson example I use, where just because of injury, you brought him up in an emergency and you go, oh, he can actually play. Maybe there's an opportunity to kind of, Belleville's probably going to have a busy schedule too, but I'm just thinking with a taxi squad and some Belleville guys, maybe there's an opportunity to do some rotating and give guys opportunities to take a night off here and there. Not that, anybody who buys tickets to games wants to see that, but we're in unique times. So maybe there's an opportunity for some guys the Sens maybe aren't necessarily thinking about, bring them in and maybe get some NHL time. It's good for the development at the end of the day to get some guys up and get a taste of what it takes.
We're going to see some Sox. Igor's going to get up here, and maybe Yarventi and and what's the guy's name? Apricot there. We might even see him play. And when Sanderson comes in, he's going to play. So we're going to see a lot of guys playing a lot sooner and a lot more often than we probably would have normally seen. It might not work out well, but we're going to get to see guys play.
So those 12 postponed games are all scheduled now, and it's going to be very, very, if you've been complaining, and I think a lot of Sens fans have, about the lack of hockey, Now it's in the other direction. Now you're going to get it almost every other night. It's going to be a little on the crazy side. I'm not sure my wife's going to be a big fan of this, to be honest. When you get down to it,